We got an appointment yesterday morning with a friend of ours who is one of the doctors from the UFC, and he got us a private appointment at Cheadle Hospital to see an eye specialist yesterday. He kind of basically did the same as the guy that we saw over there, said it's bad, it's not good, but his eye is a little bit more closed than it was. His right eye still can't see anything. He said it's just grey. And they tested him on words and he just couldn't see anything. His left eye, 50%, he went down about 4 letters and then couldn't see the letters. So one's really blurry and one's still not working. Sometimes when your eyes here like that, it can become displaced and stay there. And they did a few tests on that and they said it doesn't seem like that. And his vision on the eye that's the best eye, his eye wasn't following properly, so the muscles weren't working strong enough to go this way. This one just wasn't working that good at all. So we've got to have additional tests further this week, and Moise is sorting the tests out for us, and he's got to have a CT scan, see if the bone's all right, but they think the bone's right.
Can he see it out of his eye?
No. Whoop. That eye's blurry as well. That's faults in both eyes. But that one's that one's worse.
Yeah.
How far is it? Sit there.
How far is it?
Doesn't matter. You push it. Go on.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Is it a better one? There's CPS in that one. It's terrible.
Can you see out your right eye yet or not?
No, I can't. Well, I've got this on.
Yeah.
This eye's blurry as well. You put them in both. This one. You went near enough knuckle deep, mate. I could feel how deep it went now.
You were saying as well that he'd already tried to do it to you, weren't you? I heard you say
You already got one twice. What? At least once for poking. Keep his fingers close, the ref said. And he's nearly put me in the eye before.
UFC 321 took a shocking and heartbreaking turn when Tom Aspinall's clash with Cyril Gane ended in a no contest after a brutal eye poke. The arena fell silent as Tom was rushed to the hospital, leaving fans stunned. Thankfully, he's now recovering and in good spirits. Doctors later confirmed that stopping the fight was absolutely the right decision. A move that likely saved Tom from permanent damage.
It's how deep it went now. You already got one twice. What? At least once for poking. Keep his fingers close, the ref said. And he's nearly put me in the eye before. It's outrageous. It's like, it feels like my eye, someone's touched the back of my eyeball. I don't know if I can see or not because I've got this on. Felt like his finger hit the back of the eye socket when he pushed it in. I really respect what Bismillah's done. Don't carry on fighting with one eye, no chance.
What is UFC? It's martial arts?
Yeah. Ah!
Okay, and there is no external features of trauma here?
No. My good eye is now getting really blurry as well, so I can hardly see. Okay, but it just looks like you're doing that. It's nearly black.
If he stay here, I need to see him again on Monday. If he doesn't stay here, then he must see somebody after 2 days, okay?
It's good that he stopped the fight.
Yeah. You should stop the fight until you are good again and until you're cleared.
Okay.
But we didn't find anything dangerous.
Okay.
Dangerous fought, man. We've got to do some more tests in the UK as well. We are heartbroken on the channel, but we'll do what we can.
Dana White addressed the no contest by clarifying that it was entirely Tom Aspinall's decision to stop after the eye poke. He stated that no fighter should ever be pressured to continue if they or their team believe it's unsafe. According to Dana, stopping the fight was the right call, emphasizing that fighter safety must always come first and that Tom's health is far more important than any result in the octagon.
Dana, what about the rule? It's only the second time in a championship fight that we do have a no contest for such thing. We just have to go by the judges and the fighters' will. That's just the way it is. For him to say after 5 minutes, I can no longer continue. What I'm trying to figure out is is there different levels of eye pokes? You see what I'm saying?
Nobody sees what you're saying, sir.
It's only up to the fighter to stay whether or not he wants to continue.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Well, yeah, what am I going to say? Hey, Tom, no, you're going to keep fighting.
Cyril tried to tell him or go toward him, and Jason Herzog said don't talk to the opponent at that point. So I guess they were trying to figure out to one another.
You can't, just like, I can't make people fight, right? If I want to put together a fight, I can't make people fight. And you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. Could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? Only he knows that.
Dana White also commented that Cyril Gane looked sharp and composed before the fight was stopped. He admitted the ending was unfortunate, but suggested the controversy would only build hype for a potential rematch. However, many fans noticed his tone, praising Gane's technical brilliance while showing little sympathy for Tom Aspinall's injury. To some, it felt like Dana was subtly implying that Gane was in control before the stoppage, adding even more fuel to the growing tension between Aspinall and the UFC.
Great showing, shitty ending, I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah, total pain in the ass, but yes, as soon as possible. It's unfortunate that it ended the way that it did, and yes, I think that there probably will be a lot more interest in the rematch after they saw, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so the rematch is very interesting.
Have you got any medical update on Tom, or is it still too soon?
He's on his way to the hospital.
Daniel Cormier explained that Tom Aspinall took a deep poke to his left eye, but it was his right eye that failed to recover. He said it was disappointing to hear fans boo Tom, but once the replay showed how serious the injury was, the crowd realized their mistake.
Tom Aspinall, his right eye is covered in a bandage because he cannot open it still. We're 20 minutes past the fight ending. And what's crazy about that is his other eye was the one where his hand went knuckle deep. The right side was scraped down more. The left side was the one that went knuckle deep and really would have been hard to deal with if not for the pain he was seeing on the other side. Tom was very upset that people were booing. And then people saw the replay and were like, wait a minute, maybe we should be booing the other guy. Then they
Chael Sonnen analyzed that Tom Aspinall started strong, landing clean shots with great timing and confidence. He noted, however, that Cyril Gane stayed composed, defending well and countering Tom's takedown attempts smartly. Sonnen believes that without the eye poke, the fight could have gone either way, as both fighters were just beginning to find their rhythm.
Wrong. Was poked in both eyes. I don't believe Cyril did that on purpose. But I am mad. I'm looking for somebody to blame. But I don't quite know who to blame. Cyril defensively was better on his feet. Tom went for a takedown. Do we have enough evidence to come to the conclusion that Tom couldn't take him down? Cyril was really attacking that lead leg. But Tom was throwing some heat. And Tom was breathing a little bit. He was feeling a little bit that, hey, I'm throwing the kind of shots that have knocked out 6 other men. They weren't landing. Cyril was able to cover. Tom stepped right in there. Tom was in range every time. If Cyril wanted to touch him, he was within range. If Tom wanted to throw shots, he was in range to land. If that fight was to continue based on what we saw, who do you feel was going to...
Chael Sonnen didn't hold back, arguing that Tom Aspinall should have continued defending his title no matter what. He said being a world champion means pushing through pain and adversity, even in situations as serious as an eye injury. According to Chael, champions are remembered for their toughness, and if Tom wanted to prove he's the best, he needed to fight through it and finish what he started.
I'm disappointed. I talked all day yesterday. I just want to see Tom have to overcome some adversity. I want to see what he does when when his first plan of action doesn't work. What's he checked down to? Is he gonna wrestle? Can he compete with Cyril Gane on his feet for 25 minutes? And I don't get any of those answers, and just like everybody at home, I'm disappointed.
Being poked in the eye is illegal, Brendan, but to fight with one eye is very common. The opponent's trying to hit your eye, he's trying to bust up and make your nose bleed. So that part of it does have question for guys like Anthony and I. We're trying to be polite, we're trying to show grace, but in all fairness, if you're the heavyweight champion of the world...
Michael Bisping urged the UFC to book the Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane rematch as soon as possible. He said fans were left hanging after the no contest and deserve a proper conclusion. Bisping suggested December as the ideal date, believing a quick rematch would settle unfinished business and reignite excitement in the heavyweight division.
Next week, as long as Tom's eye is going to be fine. But by doing it sooner rather than later.
Do you think this year? I mean, I know
100%. MSG, December, or even the first fight night.
Even though we've got those locked in main events and co-main events locked in for both New York and the December card in Vegas, you would say let's just add a third title fight on there and get.
I'd do that. I'd do Vegas in December. I'd put it on the top of the bill. Knock Merab down one.
Final pay-per-view.
Down one.
Final, not of the year.
Yeah,
with the final pay-per-view. Stick 3 title fights on there. What a
Bisping fired back at critics calling Tom Aspinall a quitter after the eye poke, saying fans behind screens don't understand how painful and dangerous such injuries are. He defended Tom's decision to stop, calling it the right move to protect his long-term health. For Bisping, fighter safety always comes first, no matter what the fans think.
Right, so obviously the main event ended in a fashion that nobody wants to see. It was a tremendous fight. Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall were going toe-to-toe, and it was shaping up to be a tremendous title fight. It really was. And we were going to see Tom Aspinall taken out of the first round. You know, a lot of people online are talking a lot of saying that he quit. The reality is, Ciryl was looking good. He damaged Tom, he busted the nose up early. They both landed some shots. Tom landed a really good low kick. Ciryl was looking smooth. Ciryl defended the takedowns. Talking to takedowns, they're taking down the octagon right here as we speak. The eye poke, it was a bad eye poke. It really was. It was a double eye poke, and they went really, really deep into his eyes. And Tom was clearly emotional, pissed off, upset. And I get it, you know, there's been a lot of time waiting for this moment. You know, he had the whole fiasco with John Jones. He defended the interim belt and all that stuff. And then he gets back in the octagon eventually, and then that happens. First and foremost, I just hope he's okay. That's the main thing. And if he is okay, which I think he will be, maybe he's got a scratched cornea. Maybe he'll be fine in a few days. But they got to run it back. They got to run it back ASAP. Right.
Reflecting on his own career, Michael Bisping admitted he regretted continuing after an eye poke, which is why he fully supports Tom Aspinall's decision to stop. He said Tom's vision was clearly affected, and with Ciryl Gane looking sharp, it was smart not to risk permanent damage. According to Bisping, the choice made perfect sense. Fighting with impaired vision is one of the most dangerous things a fighter can do.
It wasn't like a little scratch.
Yeah.
It was, they went in. They were proper eye pokes, and Tom clearly was in a lot of pain. There's people saying online, well, he was saying multiple times, I can't see. If he wanted to continue, he shouldn't be saying that. The reality is, if he can't see...
Tell the truth.
If you can't see, you're allowed to say you can't see. People might point to me and say, well, you fought with one eye. Yeah, that was a secret because I shouldn't have been fighting. You know, Tom is the champion of the world. He doesn't want to go out there when his vision is impaired or vision is massively affected and potentially lose a fight that was shaping up to be a difficult fight. Ciryl Gane was on point tonight. He was looking good. We saw the damage on Tom's face. This was not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. He didn't want to continue with his vision damaged or not being able to see, so I don't blame him. The crowd were upset. I get that. They were frustrated. They've flown in from other countries. They've spent a lot of money. They've bought tickets, and the fight ends like that. I don't think the frustration was on Tom. I think the crowd was just...
Bisping urged the UFC to introduce stricter rules to prevent eye pokes once and for all. He suggested fighters should keep their fists closed when defending or striking to reduce accidents, noting that eye injuries can completely change a fight's outcome. Tom Aspinall, meanwhile, showed deep respect for Bisping's toughness in fighting with one eye, but admitted he'd never risk that himself, saying it's not worth permanent damage. On the other hand, Demetrius Johnson defended Ciryl Gane, insisting the poke wasn't intentional. Accidents like that